What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another tutorial on the channel. My name is Coding Cyborg. You should already know that. And today we are going to be working with some Flask. So you might be wondering, what is Flask? Flask is known as a micro web framework. It means it provides some basic function that will allow people like developers, or maybe just some people sitting out there wanting to learn Python, to build some simple websites. It does not come with all the fancy stuff like other frameworks do, like Django and some other stuff that have and therefore are typically not used for complex websites. However, there is a benefit for Flask's features. One is it's very simple, and that's what makes it great. So it makes it very easy and quick to do things. So this website could be for your own personal use, and it's very easy, no knowledge required actually. And guess what? Here's the really cool thing. Only in 10 minutes, we'll have our first website up and running on the server, and we'll actually be able to test it out in Chrome. Amazing, right? So let's get on to the first step. Okay, so the first thing we're going to need to do is install Flask. We did this before with Pygame in the last tutorial. So easy, just go into your terminal if you're on Mac, or if you're on Windows like me, we would just go into command prompt. So yeah, I feel like, yeah, it's the same command for all operating systems, I'm guessing. Probably is. So remember, we installed pip. So we're going to say pip install. And last time we said Pygame, but this time we're actually going to say Flask. So let's let it do its thing. Okay, when it's downloading, if you see this, then that's good. Now you need to see this successfully installed, and that means that you're good to go. Alright, so let's start off by starting our project. So creating a website is super easy. All you need to do is create a new Python script, then import Flask, and start the instance. So I named mine tutorial1.py. You need to save yours over here in file, and then name it whatever you want. So what I like to do is I put mine into a folder. Let me show you my folder. It's on the desktop. Let's see. See, Flask tutorial, and I have tutorial 1. So I like to keep it all in here. That makes it organized and easier for the computer. And if you have it all in separate locations, then I don't think this is going to work. And every time you're done with the tutorial, you skip to the next tutorial. I'm going to be going over this in the beginning of the video, but if you forget or anything, just remember at the beginning when you start a new tutorial, like if you jump to tutorial number 2 on the channel, you would just hit File, Save As, then in the same location, except call it number 2. Well, you can name it whatever you want. I'm just naming it this. Alright, so let's quickly just import this. We're going to say from Flask import Flask. I'm sure you guys know how to import because we did that with Pygame. So then we're going to define app, a variable. App equals Flask and name. Okay. If name, that's basically this. If name equal to main, that's our main thing. Then app.run. Very easy. So that's starting a project. So now we've created our first Flask project. Give yourself a pat on the back. Okay, now let's start creating our web pages. Time to make our first web page. Very exciting. So Flask is going to make this pretty easy. Like I said, this is very easy. So all we need to do is define a function that will represent the URL and its path. So I'll explain more about this when we get into the coding. So yeah. So these functions will perform some operations and return some HTML code that should be rendered. So the first time we're doing this, it should return some very basic HTML that's written inside the string. We do this by decorating the function. Alright guys, so inside this main thing, we're gonna write all our code. So we're gonna say app.root, because we're writing our root, and this is gonna be slash. So if you do not know what this means, this sets the root to this page, and if you do not know what that means, here, let me give you an example. Alright guys, so I need to just clear out some junk in my Google Chrome. So here's what I mean. So when we go to our, to run it, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to 127.0.0.1 5000. What this is a localhost. So don't think you've created your first website. You can publish it to the world now, because this is a localhost. If you do not know what that means it's a local, like something. It's a local website, like a file. You know, you can't, like, if there's like a file just on your computer, you can't give that to everybody. It's basically a local host, which is only available to you. So if you start the program and then you try to go on another computer and then try to go onto this website, it's not going to work. This is only for you. So at the end, I'm going to be showing you how to deploy a Flask app, like to a Linux server, let's say, so that you could publish it to the world, give it a domain and all that stuff. So this is the thing you're going to go to. You know, I haven't ran it, so that's why it says it can't be reached and it could refuse to connect. So what this root means is we put the slash in app.root. See, slash. Now if we make app.root slash applesauce, then if we go to slash applesauce, then we're going to take them to our web page. So we're just defining a root there. I hope you understand that. So yeah, change this back to a slash. So this is going to be the home page. We have to just make it a slash. You cannot leave this blank if you don't want any rooting. You cannot leave this blank. You have to put something in there. So that's why we're putting a slash, because we just want it to be that URL link. So yeah. So now let's define this page. It's going to be called home. Home. And now we're going to return this message to the user. Let's say, hello, welcome to my home page. Alright. So boom, we just made our first web page, and that's the home. So now we're going to run it. So I'm going to run with CMD because for some reason my idle, it doesn't work with, I mean, it's going to work, but my idle is not going to work with some other thing we're going to be doing, like later on. It's called debug mode. And that doesn't work in this. So yeah, you can keep idle. Well, I'm just going to be using a command prompt. I don't know if it works in idle. So let me save this and then let's run it. So if you also want to run it in command prompt, just type in this Python and then type in the tutorial name. Type in the name of your Python program. Mine is tutorial1.py. Oh, okay, I have to do cd. Yes, tutorial. So you have to you have to change directory to your. You have to change the directory to your folder so that it will be able to run. So if you're just using idle, then you don't have to worry about this. You can just skip it to when we run it. So now I'm going to try Python tutorial 1.py. Invalid syntax. Hold on. Oh yeah, it looks like we made a mistake here. Yeah, I forgot to put this. Yeah. Sorry, that was a quick mistake. Now let's try again. Okay, another mistake. Oh wait, why is it a sad face? Aww, poor little buddy. Okay, why did I close command prompt? I'm so dumb. Okay, there we go. Okay, let's give it a second to load. Okay, it's working. So it's gonna give you this warning. This is a development server. We cannot use it if we want to like publish our website to the world. So that's why we're gonna be deploying it to a Linux server in the last tutorial. So yeah, so you don't have to worry about that. So right now it's running on this site. Remember I told you. So let's refresh, and it says, "Hello, welcome to my homepage." Now here's something. Never mind. Alright, now we're going to be creating some dynamic URLs. So let's go back to the Python program, and let's define a dynamic path. So we're going to go over here. Now we're going to do the same thing. App.root. Then we're going to write a root. Okay. We're going to say /name. So basically what this means is they're not going to actually, I don't mean like actually them going to /name. That won't work, see? Plus I need to stop this. Okay, there. If you want to quit it, just basically hit Control C and it quits, see? It's the same thing as Control break. So yeah. Let's go back to the Python program. So when I say /name, so their name that they get is gonna be / and then their name. So if the name was Coding Cyborg, or if I just write CC, right? Then it's gonna be that URL /cc. So now let's define this. Move this onto another line. Right, define user name. So that's this right here. Okay. Now we're gonna return fstring. Hello. Name. So here, let me put this simply. So if I make my name as Coding Cyborg, then it's gonna print when I go to. It's gonna print, hello, Coding Cyborg. So let's go ahead and save this, and I'm going to run it and show you. Alright. Oh, hello, welcome to my homepage. So let's say I'm going to name myself Coding Cyborg. See, it's going to say hello Coding Cyborg. Or if I say CC, hello CC. And then if I say Bob, hello Bob. So yeah, that's basically it. So now we're going to be working with some redirects. So we want to redirect, so if they type in something, we want to redirect them to something else. So I'll be showing you how to do that. So you need to import some more functions. So let's go back to the code. And it says over here, from Flask, import Flask. But now we're going to import some more stuff. Like, let's import redirect and URL 4. So now I'll create another route or web page called, let's say, admin. So we do app.root /admin. So now I did this so I could show you how to use these functions. So let's quickly make that. Define admin. Okay. Return. See, now we're going to be using a redirect. So I'm going to show you how to redirect. I can't spell redirect. Did I spell that right? Yeah, I did. URL 4 home. Okay. So the URL 4 function, if you don't know what that is, basically takes an argument that is the name of your function that you want to redirect to. So yeah. So in this example, what I'm trying to do is if they go to /admin, I'm actually just going to redirect them to the home page. So yeah. Yeah, so I know this is a short video, but that's all I wanted to go over with in today's video. So in the next tutorial, we're going to be talking about HTML templates. So we're going to make some nice fancy templates in the next tutorial. See you. Bye.